Can you actually bake proper bread over a campfire with just a Dutch oven and some coals? No fancy kit, no kitchen, just real bushcraft cooking. Today we're making homemade bread the old-fashioned way. This easy bread recipe works every time, and I'll show you how to get it exactly right. Let's talk gear. This is my Dutch oven. It is proper heavy duty, 4 litres, so it's big enough. For campfire cooking, you want something that's going to distribute the heat evenly and you get an even cook inside, and the Dutch oven's perfect for that. And again, see the legs here? So with the legs, the oven isn't going to be sitting on top of the flames, and I'm going to put a grill on there on top just to keep the Dutch oven away from the coals a little bit further, because the coals or the flames and the heat can burn the bottom of your bread. So you want a bit of separation between your Dutch oven and those flames or the coals. And on the lid, we're going to put coals on top, so we'll have heat underneath and heat on top, so we get a proper bake inside. So around about 1/3 of the coals underneath and then 2/3 of the coals on top, just to get that proper oven cooking experience. Fire management is key. You want a really good bed of coals, not flames like we have right now. The flames will burn your bread, and then coals will give you that steady, even heat. So for Dutch oven bread, as I said earlier, you want 2/3 of your coals on the lid and about 1/3 underneath. And that is the secret to proper bushcraft cooking. Keep it really, really simple. I have 300 grams of strong flour, 200 mils of lukewarm water even, about a teaspoon of salt, a mixture of about a teaspoon and a half of yeast. This is instant yeast, so it doesn't need to be activated, and about a spoon and a half of sugar or thereabouts. I'm also going to be using about a teaspoon and a half of olive oil, and that's it. So it's really, really simple ingredients. And all you're going to do is you're just going to add the ingredients, so the salt, the sugar and yeast, about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil, seems about right, and then you just add the water and you just start mixing it. Just mix it thoroughly. Then after you've mixed it all together, then you're just going to knead it for 5 minutes. So just going to get a little bit of salt, a little bit of flour even, just on my board. Just transfer that onto there. And the thing with this is that whilst I'm making it today in the house, I've done it before where I've just put all the ingredients just in a Ziploc bag, and then just added the water and then just squished the bag just to mix all the ingredients. And you can even knead the dough in the Ziploc bag so you don't get your hands dirty, and it's then perfect if you're out and about, actually camping. Then after kneading it for about 5-10 minutes or so, then it's going to get a clean bowl. So if you're doing this out when you're camping, you just leave it in your Ziploc bag. So I'm at home, so I'm taking the advantage of being at home. So a little bit of oil in a bowl, and it just stops the dough from sticking. But if it's in a Ziploc bag, you're not going to have that problem. Then you're going to put your dough in your bowl, put some cling film on it and leave it for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And in that time, it should double in height. So it's now just the waiting game. So just look at that, doubled in size, hopefully nice and bubbly, and that's what you want for homemade bread. Just gonna preheat the Dutch oven. I'm just putting a grill down just to keep the Dutch oven completely off the coals because that will burn the bread. So I'm just going to heat that up. Just going to divide up this now into my bun shapes. So that's good enough, I think. Maybe a little bit uneven size. What I'm going to do to make these buns is I'm going to get the top side. I'm going to pull all the dough underneath just to make a nice taut top. It'll just give me a smooth bun top shape. Not going to bake it here inside. And then carefully position the 6 buns there you go, 6 buns in the Dutch oven. So a good way of testing the temperature with the coals is if you keep your hand about 6 inches away from the coals. If you can hold it there for sort of 4 to 5 seconds, then that is your ideal temperature. So that's grand where we're at right now. So I'm just going to take that off a second. I'm just going to put coals on top of the Dutch oven. I'm going to try and get 2/3 on top and then 1/3 underneath if I can. Then I'm just going to put this back on and let it cook, just the waiting game. So this should take around about 20 to 25 minutes. And all I'm going to do, another tip is every sort of 5 minutes or so, I'm just going to turn the Dutch oven around just to try and make sure that there's an even cook underneath, and then also move the lid around at the same time. This is where patience pays off. I'm just rotating the oven around every 5 minutes just to keep an even cook, and I'm resisting the urge to see what's going on inside. So we'll have a look at 20 minutes and hopefully that should be ready. Heat management is crucial for Dutch oven cooking. Too hot and you burn the bottom. Too cool and it won't bake. So you do want more heat on top. So, I mean, I think I've put around about 2/3. I've covered the lid with coals, and then there's a good 3-4 inches separation between the coals on the bottom and the grill tray and the bottom of the Dutch oven. So I hope that'll be roughly around about 180 degrees Celsius, and that should be perfect for campfire bread. Okay, that's my first 5 minutes done. So I'm just gonna moment of truth. It's been 25 minutes, so let's get a look at these. Okay, so you can just hear that thud. Look at that there. That's the steam coming off it.
He is sitting here.
So that's like, it's just proper bread, isn't it? It's just better than anything you can buy in the shops. It's just tasty, good bread. It is overcooked a little bit on the bottom, I will acknowledge that, but it's still really, really tasty bread. And cooking on the Dutch oven, it really does give you like a really good crust, like I can't explain it. It's just a really good crusty roll or bread loaf. It's just class. So my honest verdict, I mean, the Dutch oven's definitely worth it. Making campfire bread, whether it's for bushcraft, wild camping, whatever, the Dutch oven is definitely worth it. It's worthwhile going out and exploring, having a go with the Dutch oven, trying to manage the heat. And the heat's the hardest thing to manage, not having the bottom of the Dutch oven too close to the flame or too far away, just finding that sweet spot. I've had some days where it's been perfect and other days where it's been a little bit too close. Today was a little bit too close, but just experience. So folks, if you've enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe, like the video. It doesn't cost you anything, helps the YouTube put this video out to more people, helps me, helps the channel. Also, next video I'm planning on doing, it's an Irish farmhouse brown bread mix, and it doesn't need yeast, so you just use bicarbonate of soda. So that's what I'm planning on cooking next. Anyway guys, with that, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. These rolls are class. I'm gonna go and get myself some sandwiches on the go here with these and chat to you guys in the next one. Cheers now. Ta-da.